9 Stoic phrases that silence rude people instantly. Most men, when disrespected, make a fatal mistake. They react. They get angry. They defend themselves. In that moment, they hand over their power to the person attacking them. A Stoic does not react. He responds. Marcus Aurelius governed an empire surrounded by enemies, yet he never lost his cool. Why? Because he knew specific ways to disarm disrespect instantly. In this video, I will give you 9 Stoic phrases to silence rude people and dominate any social situation. And stick around for number 9. It is the most dangerous one of all, because it requires no words at all. Phrase 1. I see that you are upset. This sentence is not meant to calm the other person down, and it is not meant to defend you either. It is meant to shift power. When someone disrespects you, they want an emotional reaction, anger, justification, resistance. The moment you react emotionally, they control the frame. But when you say, I see that you are upset, you refuse to enter their emotional chaos. You do not argue. You do not attack. You do not submit. You simply observe. By labeling their emotion, you place yourself above the situation. You are no longer inside the conflict. You are standing outside of it, watching it unfold. The other person is emotional. You are calm. And calm is dominance. This phrase silently communicates something powerful. Your emotions are yours, not mine. Epictetus taught that it is not the actions of others that disturb us, but the judgments we make about those actions. The insult itself has no power. The anger itself has no power. Only your interpretation gives it weight. When you observe instead of react, you cut that power at its root. You refuse to be offended. And when someone realizes they cannot control your emotional state, their aggression collapses. Because a man who cannot be provoked cannot be defeated. Phrase 2. Is that a fact or just your opinion? Rude people rarely speak from truth. They speak from emotion, insecurity, or frustration. Their words feel loud, but they are often empty. When you ask this question, you do something dangerous. You force them to slow down. Emotion cannot survive logic. Anger collapses when it is asked to explain itself. Most insults have no evidence behind them, only impulse. This single sentence shifts the battlefield. You move the conversation from chaos to clarity, from noise to reason. Marcus Aurelius wrote that everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact, and everything we see is only a perspective. The Stoic understands this deeply. When you ask for facts, you expose how fragile their attack really is. And when their words cannot stand on truth, they fall apart on their own. Phrase 3. Thank you for sharing that. This phrase feels unnatural because it goes against instinct. The instinct to fight back, to correct, to dominate verbally. But this is precisely why it works. An insult feeds on resistance. It needs friction. When you thank someone instead, the insult has nowhere to land. You do not approve of their behavior. You simply refuse to wrestle with it. Seneca compared insults to the barking of dogs. The sound may exist, but it does not demand a response. Only the insecure feel the need to bark back. By thanking them calmly, you drain their words of all meaning. Their attack dissolves in the air. Phrase 4. Wait, can you say that again? Anger thrives on speed. It feeds on chaos, impulse, and immediacy. The faster the moment moves, the less time the mind has to intervene. Rage does not ask for permission. It rushes forward and consumes reason. By asking them to repeat themselves, you slow time. You interrupt the emotional storm and force stillness into the moment. What was once explosive is suddenly exposed. The second insult rarely carries the same strength as the first. When repeated, it loses its sharpness. It begins to sound childish, exaggerated, even insecure. Words that relied on heat cannot survive the cold of reflection. You allow them to hear their own voice without momentum pushing it forward. And when emotion is removed, people often become uncomfortable with what remains. Seneca warned that delay is the greatest weapon against rage. In the pause, reason awakens. The fire fades. And when you choose not to rush, you reclaim mastery, because control over yourself is the highest form of power. Phrase 5. Why do you feel the need to say that to me? This question changes everything. You are no longer defending yourself. You are no longer inside the attack. You turn the spotlight toward them. Instead of reacting emotionally, you analyze calmly. This creates psychological discomfort because now they must confront their own behavior. Stoicism teaches that many people act poorly, not out of evil, but out of ignorance. They speak from pain they have never learned to manage. By asking why, you expose that pain without attacking it. Phrase 6. You might be right. Most people believe strength comes from proving others wrong. They argue to protect their image, to defend their pride, to avoid appearing weak. Their ego demands victory in every conversation. The Stoic understands something far more powerful. True strength does not come from being right, but from not needing to be right at all. When you partially agree, the conflict collapses instantly. There is no argument to win and no position left to attack. The emotional tension dissolves because resistance has disappeared. There can be no enemy where there is no opposition. This technique quietly dismantles the ego, both theirs and yours. And without ego, insults lose their destination. They search for something to strike, but find nothing. A man who does not cling to pride cannot be provoked. A man who cannot be provoked cannot be controlled. And a man who cannot be controlled cannot be humiliated. Phrase 7. I will consider what you said. This phrase quietly asserts authority without raising your voice or showing aggression. It is calm, controlled, and deliberate. You do not accept their words, and you do not reject them either. You postpone judgment. And in that pause, you reclaim power. Most people react immediately. They argue, defend, or submit. The Stoic does none of these. He delays, and whoever controls the timing controls the situation. By saying you will consider their words, you take ownership of meaning itself. Their opinion is no longer a command. It becomes a proposal. You alone decide whether it deserves attention, reflection, or dismissal. The Stoics believe the mind must remain sovereign, untouched by the noise of others. No outsider has the right to rule your inner world or dictate your emotional state. This sentence reinforces that sovereignty. It reminds both you and them that your thoughts are not public property. They are governed by you alone. Phrase 8. I don't allow people to speak to me like that. Stoicism is not submission. It is not silence born from fear, and it is not endurance without limits. Stoicism is self-command, the ability to decide what you tolerate and what you do not. Sometimes silence is wisdom, but sometimes clarity is required. There are moments when calm strength must be spoken, not hidden. This sentence establishes a boundary without aggression, without insults, and without emotion. You do not raise your voice. You do not attack. You simply state what is acceptable and what is not. You are not asking for respect. You are declaring expectation. Marcus Aurelius described the disciplined mind as the inner citadel, a fortress that protects your peace. If it is left unguarded, chaos enters freely. But when it is defended, calm becomes unbreakable. If disrespect continues, the Stoic does not beg, does not threaten, and does not argue. He withdraws his presence, because walking away is not weakness. It is the final assertion of control. 9. Silence. Say nothing. Do not rush to defend yourself. Do not explain. Do not justify. Let the moment hang in the air. Look them in the eyes. Calm, steady, unmoved. Not with anger, not with hatred, but with complete emotional stillness. Count to 3 in your mind. Let the silence stretch. Let discomfort grow. Then return calmly to what you were doing, as if nothing of importance ever occurred. Silence is the loudest response a man can give. It speaks without words and dominates without force. It communicates that their insults were not strong enough to break your focus or disturb your inner balance. Disrespect feeds on attention. It survives on reaction. When you offer neither, it starves. Silence denies validation completely. This is the highest form of dominance. Not emotional, not aggressive, not loud, but absolute. It is the power of someone who has nothing to prove. A man who cannot be provoked cannot be controlled, and a man who cannot be controlled is truly free. You now have the armor, but knowing the phrases is not enough. You must have the discipline to use them when the fire of anger rises inside you. If you want to forge a mind that cannot be broken by anyone, make sure you subscribe to Stoic Mastery, We are building an army of disciplined men. Join us.